Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the Škoda T56. It's a Tier 8 Czech premium heavy tank. It's located on the westbourne of Airfield and it's under the command of Konopnik of OLIMP. And alongside him in the Lorraine 15551 is Oxidor. And he's there to provide support. Game on. Well, 2 marks of excellence on that 13cm barrel. It's capable of doing 460 alpha. It's a 2-shot autoloader, and it's a design that the Czechs came up with during the 50s if they were actually going to build their own tanks. In fact, in the end, they settled to build the Soviet-style ones, the T-54, T-55 instead. Bit of a loss, I think, that, because this is actually quite a decent tank. In fact, it's one of the better tanks that Wargames come out with in a while. Standard reload time is about 22 seconds for Konopnik, but it's actually, I think that the book time is about 28.87. Oh dear, looks like the T69 took a hit because he was on fire. Okay, we're looking for any enemy tanks down below. T-44 spotted on the temple mount. That's the one with all the columns. Oh! Arty strike. Yep, we know where he is. Right down there in the corner. And he just managed to get a direct hit on us. Luckily it didn't penetrate because the armor's pretty strong on this tank. He only got 366. He's obviously got the 8-inch howitzer. And that was a non-penetrating shot. But that is definitely a pen. Can you get the second one in? Yes, he does. But between them, the 2 shots actually turned out to be a low roll because he only got 892. He should have got, if he got the alpha, would have been 920 between them. Okay, so he's got some hit points on the board. Changing position to go behind this rock. Obviously, that'll make him less vulnerable to the Arty because the Arty will hit the rock rather than him. And the T69's taken up the position that he was in. Now this tank does have some fairly good things which have been seen on other tanks. In fact, they were on quite a variety of tanks. But those brows at the front of the turret actually do act as spaced armour, and so they are very effective at blocking shots. In fact, the armour on this tank is quite strong overall. It's just looking around, scanning for any enemy tanks in sight. Nothing other than the ones we've spotted so far. And the enemy Arty fires at somebody else, so we don't have to worry about him for a little while. There are some enemy tanks down here, though. An Emil 1951. Oh, there's the T-44 again. Yes, that Emil 1951 is right down in the south. We've also got a Lynx nearby on our team. And an M48 Rampanzer. Okay, we're reloading with the premium ammo. There's the T-44. The trick with this tank is to try and reload so you've always got 2 shots available if you need to make sure that you can do the maximum damage in a burst. Okay, looks like the Lynx is trying to get away from Temple Mount because now his exit to the west has kind of been blocked. Oh, that one hit the ground. Can you get the second one in? You've got to aim for the hull on a 1951. Yes, he does get it. And he gets a high roll for 505. Okay, well into reload now. Now this is a 1.18 client, so it's from some time ago. That's why it's the old version of Airfield. And that T-44's come to sight again. Oh, it's a nice hit there, but it's a low roll for 448. Is he going to pop the reload? No, he's going to try a shot at the Emil again. Oh my god, that shot went straight upwards when it hit the Emil. Bounced off the front plate. I think he just got a very, very lucky strike there for the Emil. You should go out and buy a lottery ticket. You can see where the impact was. Okay, he's loaded another couple of rounds of premium. No, that hit the wall. Oh, just heard another Arty strike. It was nearby, but it wasn't on us. The Lynx is making a run for it. This may not work out in his favour. Just having a quick look to see if we can fire at the mule. And no, he doesn't get it. Well, the Lynx is trying to engage the Ram Panzer and it doesn't work out well for him, so he's out the game. We're not doing so well. We're 5 tanks down on the enemy at the moment, and it could go very nasty for us. Well, there's the T-44 and the first kill for Konopnik. Can he get the... No, he can't get the Ram Panzer, but he does bounce around off the... from the Ram Panzer, and you can see it hit the upper plate. And their enemy Ram Panzer just took a hit. I think it might have been from Oxidor, because he's changed position. He's actually gone to the heights now in the north. Bounce around from the Emil. Again, proves the armor's strong. The Ram Panzer is probably just below us. Oh, he's outside. He's gone up. Okay, he's trying to come up behind our teammates. We've got a chance here to take him out. Can shoot from above. Okay, get him in position. Oh. When he gets one in, can he get the kill shot? Here's a one shot now. Oh, he does! Yes, but we took him around from a Scorpion. And it's a low roll hit from the Scorpion, but we managed to get down without being hit. But we're now in full reload now. I'm not sure if the Scorpion knows that we are in full reload. He might actually think we are. He's coming straight for us. So I presume he thinks we're still loading. And we're loaded. We're ready to go. First shot goes in. Hits the gun shield. Goes straight through. We bounce the shell from the Scorpion. Oh, and the kill shot comes in from our Su-130 PM. Instead of from Oxidor. So we were 5 tanks down on the enemy, but we've now changed that and we're only 1 tank down on the enemy. Oh, we've got a clean shot of that SMB CC-67. I think that was Oxidor. Yep. Nice kill there. Oxidor took most of the hit points off that CC. And now we've got the kill on him. But where's that T-103? Looks like he's just behind the rocks, but we can see an Su-130 PM. He's dueling with our Su-130 PM by the hangars. Okay, so we've got 2 shells ready to go. Almost. There we go. First one goes in through the side of the turret. Oh, Oxidor gets the kill. That was a kill steal. And now we've only got 1 round left. Can we get the kill shot on the Su-130 PM? He's more than a 1 shot. Well, we do get a hit and a high roll for 527. And I get the feeling the Su-130 PM ducked behind the hangars because he thought we had another shell to fire. He knew we were a 2-shot autoloader, so he probably, yes, he was trying to get to safety. And that enables Konopnik can move up on him whilst he's in reload. We've got 2 enemy tanks going after Oxidor at the moment. The Emil and the Su-130 PM. Oh dear. And Oxidor goes down, unfortunately. Taken out by the Su-130 PM that we last shot at. But there's 2 guys around there and we've got 2 shells ready. We could take both of them out with just 1 shell apiece. Look at the shots. There's the Emil. Gets 1 into the engine bay, but it doesn't kill him off. There's the Su-130 PM. Oh, we missed! Okay, so all we can do now is we're in reload, but the Su-130 goes down to our Vipera, and now we're heading face to face to grapple with the Emil. We take a hit from the M40, M43, and from the Emil. We bounce the shot, goes through the gun, and he's out the game, taken out by the Vipera. So the Vipera now has 5 kills, and Konopnik has 3, and he thanks the Vipera for that. Now, there's a possibility the Vipera could get a top gun here. There's only the enemy Arty, the M40, M43, and the last time he fired at us, the shell came from the southeast corner of the map. down by the water. Let's hope he doesn't jump into the water. If he's a good Arty player, he'll fight to the death to get as many hit points as he can to increase his reward. Only the silly people will actually drown themselves because they miss out on the extra hit points. I mean, even if you just ram an enemy tank, you get more hit points. So you might as well just take the opportunity. You can always make it a hilarious death if you can, by jumping on the enemy if you can. But if not, it's just a complete waste if you commit suicide. So yes, we always advise our Arty players, don't commit suicide. Go to get the enemy. Ambush them if you can. Well, Konopnik's faster, so he's taking the lead at the moment. He's still got a damaged gun. And he can put that back into order now. You may have noticed, actually, he's using T to actually improve the skills of his crew. It's the premium consumable for the Czech line. It definitely pays in the long run to actually use the premium consumables because you get much better performance overall. I mean, we've noticed that with Arty. Okay, probably just around that corner. He's still playing the game. Still in it. And he's not here. Okay, so he didn't dive over the edge. Well, that's a good sign because it means that he's still fighting the game. He's still playing it out for a draw. Well, it looks like Konopnik suggested a cap, and the Viper is capping, so because he's only got 31 hit points left, he could be wiped out in a split second by the M40, M43. So it's probably a good idea for Konopnik to keep motoring and see if he can find the enemy Arty. He might be over in this corner. That's a distinct possibility. Arty can change position. They do. Not all Arty players stay in the same place all the time. A lot of them use their W key and they move about the map quite freely to get better angles of attack on the enemy. And it's definitely possible that the Vipero could cap out. There's plenty of time. Of course, he might get reset if that M40, M43 decides to fire a few rounds in. But it doesn't appear he's over in this corner. I think we would have spotted him by now. It's within 50 meters, so no, he's not here. So he might be a little way down here. Oh, there he is. We found him. Okay. Oh, he fluffed his first shot. He doesn't fluff the second one. That's definitely a kill shot. And he wins the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for Konopnik in the Škoda T56. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly, and he also got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points with his own vehicle, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 6. On top of that, he got the highest damage in the game. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage, and his win rate from that battle was 9,559, which is super unicum and quite a bit more. Let's have a look at the team scores and see where he was. Well, he managed to get 5,984 hit points of damage in that game, and that beat the second place man, who happened to be the Scorpion G. He got 3,894 hit points. And in third place came the Vipero, who's still alive at the end of the game. He got a Spartan medal and 3,813 hit points of damage. We can see that Oxidor got a Confederate in that game, hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And he got 2,691 hit points of damage. And that actually puts him in 4th place. Was it 4th? No, 5th place on damage, because the Rampanzer got slightly more than he did. Only slightly. Anyway, when it came to kills, it was the Vipero who did the best. He got 5 kills out of that game. 4 kills went to Konopnik, and 3 kills went to the Rampanzer and SU-130PM on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, yep, Konopnik got that one, so he's got 2 out of 3 on this one. 1,681 went to Konopnik, 1,473 went to the Vipera, and they were the... Oh no, actually, Oxidor got 1,011, so there was 3 players who managed to get over 1,000 base in this game, so they definitely excelled themselves. Konopnik fired 21 rounds in the game, got 15 direct hits on the enemy and 14 penetrations, damage of 5,984 hit points, of which 905 were at more than 300 meters. He received 7 hits from the enemy, only 2 of which actually penetrated, 4 non-penetrations and 2 hits by way of splash damage. Yes, that M40, M43 was having quite a lot of fun pumping rounds into him and getting direct hits. He blocked damage of 1,450 hit points in total. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 4, and did 994 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 162,818 credits for the battle, 81,409 from personal reserve, and a total of 244,226 credits total. After repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, he took away a profit of 142,486 credits from the game. 2,521 experience points, 252 for being a premium vehicle, and 2,773 experience points altogether. We'll just have a quick look at Oxidor's figures as well. Yes, there you go. Look at that win rate, 4,022. He fired 15 shots in the game, got 9 direct hits on the enemy, and 1 penetrating shot as well. I suspect that might have been the Scorpion that he hit, or it may have been the T103, but certainly he did get 1 pen on the enemy. 17 splash as well. 2,691 hit points of damage, of which 2,479 were at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits from the enemy. 2 of them penetrated, 1 non-penetration. Of course, unfortunately, he went out the battle, taken out by the SU-130PM. He did damage 9 enemy vehicles, killed 2, so there's where he earned the Confederate. And he got 1,208 hit points of stun assist of 16 stuns. So, a really, really decent battle for Oxidor as well. Let's have a look at the armor for the Škoda T56. Okay, this is a bit of a beast actually. When they first came out, lots of players found it very difficult to try and take one of these tanks out, mainly because the brows confused them. I hadn't seen brows on many tanks up until that point, but this sort of spaced armor, which had appeared on the Super Conqueror in a different guise, it did confuse people. They thought, oh yes, we should just aim for the cupola. But you can see the cupola is actually quite strong. It's got 170 millimeters of armor. It's actually effective armor. It's about 176. So if you do hit the cupola, you're going to need a sizable amount of penetration to get through it. The upper plate is quite strong. It's 100 millimeters with effective armor 165. The lower plate is only 85 millimeters, but depending on the angle you actually hit it at, it's coming about 180. So it's about the same as the upper plate. So it's not much difference. The top of the turret is slightly easier to get through because it's only 52 millimeters, but the effective armor goes up to 131. And of course, as you can see there, it would normally ricochet the shells. So unless you've got something like a 160 millimeter caliber gun, and there are a few those guns in the game now, you couldn't get through that by automatically penetrating it or overmatching the armor. So you'd have to try and aim for weak spots. And there's a weak spot there. You see the driver's port. It's only got 30 millimeters and 53 millimeters effective. So you could get through if you aim just underneath the brows and you're accurate enough. Especially if you're looking down on him, it's slightly easier. But it's actually easier to try and go through the sides. Now you can see here the armor is angled at the sides of the tank. And so if you fire a round in there, you've got a fairly good chance the round might actually bounce down into the tracks. But it's only 70 millimeters thick with effective 131. And you can see on the sides of the turret, it's slightly less, 85 with 90 millimeters. To get towards the rear of the vehicle, it's 70 millimeters, coming up to 104, thereabouts. And the rear of the tank, well, if you're firing at the top of the tank, if you're Arty, then yes, you can get through the top armor, because it's only 30mm at the back, only 52mm at the front, but you can penetrate the rear because it's only 30mm. So any Arty should be able to get a penetration on the rear of this tank. Not so easy to get it on the front unless you've got the right gun. And of course, if you're a tank and you're aiming for the rear, it's only 70mm, so fairly easy to pen. Let's have a look at the live version. There you can see that with the 13cm shell that the Škoda fires, you could penetrate the frontal armour no problem. And you could also get through the armour on the cupola here. And of course you can see that weak spot lying there just underneath the brows. But don't aim for the brows, because the brows put the armour up to about 300mm. Yeah, it's very difficult to get through. 400mm at some points there. And of course the mantlet's also very, very strong, so don't even bother with that. Much easier to get it when he's when he exposes his sides, and if you've got premium ammo, you can go straight through. Now, I'd love to show you where the modules are, but unfortunately, Wargaming haven't supplied the module map. So the only way we can actually tell where everyone is that this is definitely where the driver is up front, and we know this is where the gunner is because he's got the gunner's sight there, and the tank commander TC is directly behind him on the right-hand side. This is an autoloader, but it does have a loader, so I suspect the loader is somewhere over here, and the autoloader would be located in the bustle of the turret there, and the loader's going to be feeding the shells into the autoloader mechanism. As for the rest, well, the engine is definitely in this area here, but we can't tell precisely where. And that's about all I can tell you about the modules on this tank. Well, this is not the only replay we've got for you featuring the Škoda and Konopnik. He did send in another replay, so we'll go to that one right now. The second replay is on the north spawn of Pearl River. Well, unfortunately, this time, Konopnik doesn't have the help of Oxidor. He's not in this battle and they're not platooning. But that doesn't mean that he's going to be disheartened, because I'm pretty sure that he will use his Škoda to get a good victory. Okay, he's even got his reload time now down to 21.75 seconds. I think he's letting those guys go ahead of him. He's probably typing out something there. That's why he just let the thing ride on autopilot. And he's letting them go first, just in case the enemy turns up. Now, he does have fairly good gun depression, 8 degrees. And the standard B turns up. Oh, he gets one hit. And he bounces a round that came back. That was a 90mm round. So he's blocked 360. That Škoda is making out like he wants to... Not Škoda, the standard B makes out like he wants to come out again. No, he's changed his mind. He's obviously realising, yes, I've got something better to make way for. It's the CC. Now, what the CC does next is a good question, because with that strip K being there in the way, he might be worried about that. Oh, he hit us in the track. Okay, go for the side. He's almost got 2 rounds ready to go. First shot goes in, gets a high roll. Second one hits the track. And the second shell also hits, but it actually does a low roll for 420. Remember, it's 460 alpha. The CC's moving. It's going after the strip K. Trying to force the strip K to come out in front of the standard B. Now, if we change position... Okay, we're loaded. Standard B takes one hit. The high roll 472. We lost the strip. And... Oh, now... We could hit the hull, and he tried, but he didn't get it. The hull would have been a weak spot, but you don't aim for the turret on those because they've got very strong turrets. CC1 Mark II. The only way you can get through on the turret, or, well, normally premium rounds, but Konopnik's in reload, almost completed, and he's got 2 shells ready. There's Progetto just around the corner. I think he's in for a very bad day, because the Yak Tiger's going to take it out from him. And if it's not him, then it'll be us. There's one. Go for the kill. That's it, lovely. So he's got his first kill, and he's letting the Yak Tiger go down that route. Or is he? Yes, he is. Okay, so the Yak Tiger can come up behind the enemy. They've managed to make their way down the heavy tank alley. Now we're 3 tanks down on the enemy at the moment, but as you know, in the last battle we were 5 tanks down on the enemy, and Konopnik managed to turn that all the way around and win the game. Now I wouldn't be surprised if the enemy tries to make a move, and he's picking a position where he can start attacking those enemy as they come into sight. Oh, defender's made a bit of a rash move. One shot goes into Carnarvon. Can he get the second one in? Yes, he does! And he actually gets a high roll on the first shot on the Carnarvon, a low roll on the defender. Unfortunately, our Carnarvon's gone down, but we've got a T-55A turn up. Remember, he's got a 100mm gun with the big gun, the big dog. We can do much more damage. First shot goes into the AMBT. AMBT thinks, no, I want nothing to do with this. And he fires it through the building, and he still gets the hit. And he gets a high roll for 549. Good choice. The AMBT thought he was safe there. Now, an enemy tank has actually managed to get into our rear, and he's trying to dislodge our Wizzy 1201 GFT. The enemy's just lost their defender. And, oh, no. Pushing our teammate in the way. He wants to get back. Okay, can we get a shot? No, we can't get a shot on the Emil. Ow, took a clout from behind. Now, that ISU must be on the other side of the battlefield. Ouch! And we got one from the AMBT as well. If that is an insult to injury. Okay, let's see what we can do from here. Their Object 777 version 2 has gone behind to the rear area. Now he can't get out of there because we've got tanks blocking him. Can't go any further south on the west side of the map. But there are a couple of enemy tanks, the Carnarvon and the AMBT, over to the east. Our T-55A's relocating. Can we get a shot on this guy? Yes! A low roll 409. Get another shot from this angle? No, I don't think we can. He's gone behind cover now. But the AMBT's come into sight again. And he obviously doesn't realise that we can shoot him through that. And he's out the game. Yep. Nicely played. That's his second kill. And that's what the shell from the ISU 152 did to the turret. Made a huge hole. At least I assume that was the shell from the ISU.
Moving to support your position.
Okay, he's going to help the Progesso, but thought about actually firing to the east. No, I think he's going to go down. He's going to actually change position altogether and go down this way. The T-55A is coming back. We're 1 tank down on the enemy now. We were 3. Now we're down to just 1. Now he's anticipating that the enemy's going to come up by that way. There's an AT-15 and an Object 252U. The AT-15 is quite slow. Hello, Mr. 252U. He takes 1 hit. Now, do we go for the kill shot? No, go for the AT-15. 1 shell through his upper plate. He's out the game. And that's encouraged our teammates to go, oh, lovely. And now we're 2 tanks up on the enemy thanks to Konopnik's shots. This has turned it all around. Okay, all they've got left now is the Strib 1030, a Carnarvon and the Lanson C. The Lanson C and the Strib 103 are on this side of the map. And I think that's why Oxidor decided... Konopnik! What am I saying? That's why Konopnik has come this way, and I think he's going to try and dive off. Are you going to try and dive off? Oh, no, he goes to the Strib instead. And he gets the second shot in. But we do take a 105mm round from the Strib. Pull back. He's accurate. When he's in siege mode like that, he can do damage. Okay, we're going to try and drive up here. The Carnarvon's just behind us. Hello, Mr. Carnarvon. And we're loaded. There's one. Pick this bot, and he gets a kill. 4 kills now for Konopnik. I don't know why the reload was saying, the mods was showing that we were still in reload, and that's it, they've done it. The game is over. Whilst Konopnik was actually shooting that Carnarvon, his teammates were taking out the Striv 103 and the Lanson, and he killed the last enemy tank in the game, and that was all over. He managed to get an ace tanker out of that game, as well as a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills, he got 4 exactly in this one, a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, as well as a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him in the game, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, in fact he got 8, and he also got a Hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from at least 4 different enemy tanks or more, as well as a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and on top of that, a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, which is pretty good. Actually, when you get those two together, it means you hit a huge number of enemy tanks. You can only get the Confederate if you take or damage 6 enemy tanks, which your teammates took down in the end, so very well done. His win rate from that one, 11,043, super unicum and a lot more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the high damage in this one was just under 7k, 6,959 hit points. Second highest damage being that 252U that he hit quite hard. He got 3,806. And the third highest damage went to that Striv 1030. He got 2,772. When it came to kills, yep, he got the highest of those. 4 kills for Konopnik. 2 kills went to the Progetto 46, the T55A, the RU251, and the Standard B on his team, and on the enemy team, the Striv 1030, the Defender, and the Carnarvon. And when it came to base XP, yeah, he's got that one too, so he's got the top in all 3 columns in this one. 1,769 went to Konopnik. He was the only player to get over 1,000, and did he get some score? Look at that, 17869. That's a high score on base XP. 980 went to the Carnarvon, 970 went to the RU251. He fired 19 rounds, got 18 direct hits and 18 penetrations on the enemy. 6,959 hit points of damage, of which 1,412 were at more than 300 meters. He received 8 hits from the enemy, 3 of them penetrated, 5 non-penetrations, and he blocked damage of 1,840 hit points in total. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 10 enemy vehicles engaged, 4 killed, so there's the Confederate, and he earned 172,904 credits for the battle on a premium count, 86,452 from personal reserves, the same again for mission completion, and 345,807 credits altogether for the battle. And after repair, ammunition, resupply, and consumables, he took away a profit of 265,556 credits. That's what you normally get from a frontline battle that lasts, quarter of an hour or more. But he managed to do it in 7.5 minutes, or just under 8 minutes. He also got 30 bonds for a mission achievement, 2,653 experience points from the game, 5,508 for mission completion, 265 for this being a premium, 2,653 from personal reserve bonus, and 10,880 experience points altogether. So that was a really great battle by Konopnik, and that was a more recent one. This one took place in December before Christmas, and the previous one, which was of course the Airfield one, that took place in October of last year, and I've only just got around to doing them. I do apologise to Konopnik. He actually did send me in a full list of all the replays he had available, and a lot of them are very high win rate games, so I will be getting to them, and I do have a list, and I'm working my way through it, and I will put them up on our channel. But it's very useful to actually see how these games are played out, so you can actually do it yourself when you actually get the same vehicle. And of course, the Škoda is one of those vehicles that just about anyone, even a noob, can buy a Škoda T56, but not every noob knows how to play it the way that Konopnik plays it, and it's really useful knowing how he did it so they can go out and replicate it. Probably not going to be straight away, but maybe they'll actually see, yes, that's how he does it, and then they can do the same. I hope you enjoyed both those replays. If you did, please give this video a like. do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.